When I was a youngster, Manchester United was the most popular club on the planet. I was playing football for my high school and my club, doing what I could to emulate Ronaldo, just like so many other boys and girls had done at the time. Manchester United was football to a lot of people in America in the early 2000s. Historically, this titan of football would scare anyone that drew them on any given match day. The post-Alex Ferguson era led United further from the dominance the club once had. Currently, Manchester United finds itself at what seems to be a pivotal moment in its history. What does the future hold for this iconic institution? Can they reclaim their dominance in English football, or will they be left behind in an ever-evolving landscape of the game? Join me as I dive deeper into the history and heart of Manchester United. If you like this type of content, consider giving me a like and subscribing to the channel. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. Manchester saw rapid growth during the Industrial Revolution, drawing workers from various parts of the British Isles. By 1900, the city had ballooned to over 1 million inhabitants, making it one of Europe's largest cities. This growth set the stage for the emergence of football clubs, as the sport was popular among the working class. The precursor to Manchester United, known as Newton Heath L&YR Football Club, was established in 1878 by players associated with the Lancashire and Yorkshire Railway Company. In 1892, they joined the Football League, though they faced relegation after just 2 years. In 1902, local businessmen took over the club, renaming it Manchester United. Under the management of Ernest Magnall, they clinched the English League title in 1908, and they secured their first FA Cup the following year. In 1910, the club moved to its current home, Old Trafford. After World War II, Matt Busby took charge in 1945, implementing a youth-focused strategy that led to success. The team, known as the Busby Babes, won the league in 1955-56 and 1956-57, with an average age of just 21 during the first triumph. Tragedy struck, though, in 1958, when a plane carrying the team crashed in Munich, resulting in the deaths of 8 players and 3 staff members. Despite this, Busby rebuilt the team, achieving further success. Tommy Docherty, followed by Dave Sexton and Ron Atkinson, managed the club before Alex Ferguson's appointment in 1986. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Manchester United, under the leadership of Alex Ferguson, experienced unprecedented success in English football. Despite initial struggles, they managed to secure an 11th place finish in the league. Their fortunes changed with a victory in the 1990 FA Cup final against Crystal Palace, which saved Ferguson's job. Good thing for them. The following seasons marked a period of triumph for the club. In 91, they claimed their first UEFA Cup Winners' Cup title, followed by their first League Cup victory in 1992. In 93, they clinched their first league title since 1967, and a year later they secured their first double in club history by winning both the league and the FA Cup. The pinnacle of their success came in the 98-99 season, when they achieved the treble by winning the Premier League, FA Cup, and UEFA Champions League. The dramatic victory in the Champions League final against Bayern Munich is remembered as one of the greatest comebacks in football history. That summer, Ferguson received a knighthood for his contributions to the sport. Pretty impressive. Further triumphs followed, including winning the Intercontinental Cup in 1999 and additional league titles. I'm just going to list out the year they lifted the trophy. They lifted the trophy in May of 2000, 2001, 2003, and 2007. They also secured their third UEFA Champions League title in 2008, with a memorable victory over Chelsea in Moscow. The departure of key players like Cristiano Ronaldo in 2009 marked a transitional period for the club. However, they continue to dominate English football, winning their 19th and 20th league titles in 2011 and 2013, respectively. Under Ferguson's tenure, Manchester United cemented their status as one of the most successful clubs in football history. Manchester United soared to the highest of heights in the early 2000s. But like all clubs that huge with that much success, the fall is hard. In May 2013, Sir Alex Ferguson announced his retirement as Manchester United's manager, marking the end of an era. After Ferguson, the club went on a period of decline not seen since his arrival almost 30 years prior. David Moyes was appointed as a successor, but his tenure was short-lived due to disappointing results. Ryan Giggs briefly took charge as interim manager before Louis van Gaal's arrival. Under Van Gaal, United secured their 12th FA Cup, but struggled in the league, leading to his dismissal. Jose Mourinho took over and won the FA Community Shield, EFL Cup, and UEFA Europa League in his first season. As a side note, Wayne Rooney also made history by becoming the club's all-time top scorer at this time. Despite finishing second in the league in Mourinho's second season, United faced challenges and Mourinho was sacked in December 2018. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I hope I said that correctly, took over as caretaker manager and later secured a permanent position after an impressive start. On the pitch, United achieved notable victories, but also faced setbacks, including a defeat in the UEFA Europa League final. Solskjaer left his role as manager in November 2021, leading to the appointment of Ralf Rangnick as interim manager. In April 2022, Erik ten Hag was named the new manager. He led the team to a victory in the EFL Cup in the 2022-23 season. However, they suffered their joint heaviest defeat, 7-0 against rivals Liverpool later that season. Manchester United ended up qualifying for Champions League football by securing a third-place finish, 14 points behind the other half of the Manchester Derby, Manchester City. In the realm of Manchester United football, success has often been defined by the, quote, Andy Mitten standard, a top 4 finish and a trophy. Since its inception in 2019, this standard has rarely been met, with only one successful season under manager Erik ten Hag in 2022-23. Andy Mitten, a respected voice in United circles, acknowledges the challenges the team faces. While expecting progress towards a title-winning future, he recognizes the gap between ambition and reality. Looking ahead to the remainder of the 2023-24 season, and remember, the definition of success at United is securing Champions League football with a 4th-place finish and adding a trophy to the cabinet. It's clear that the team has shaken off a rough start, but the need for continued improvement is in full focus. Concerns linger regarding United's playstyle and tactical execution. While showing promise, especially in transition, the team's defensive vulnerabilities and inconsistencies in attack raise questions about their ability to sustain success. The discussion turns to key players like Bruno Fernandes, whose leadership and output have been scrutinized. While Fernandes has been influential, there are concerns about his decision-making and effectiveness, particularly in critical moments. Overall, optimism exists for United's potential to lift the trophy since they are in the semifinals of the FA Cup. They play the only non-Premier League side left in the tournament, so they should handle Coventry handily. Unfortunately though, dreams of Champions League football are disappearing as the weeks get closer to May. United has slipped into 7th place and are 13 points off of the 4th place spot. It's also important to note that Aston Villa, currently holding the last Champions League place, just handled Arsenal in London, knocking them back to 2nd place. There is a chance that the Premier League has 5 teams qualify for the Champions League, but that isn't really in the criteria for United to have a successful season. Coming in 5th and qualifying for the Champions League on a coefficient is not a top 4 finish. To me, it seems like United probably won't be able to get into that 5th spot anyways, with the ups and downs week to week. Presently, Manchester United are a very puzzling team. Some weeks they seem to be one of the best squads in the world, and other weeks they don't seem to show up at all. As things look at present, unless Villa and Tottenham have a massive collapse and United shakes off all of the inconsistent play surrounding their squad right now, I think we will look back at the 2023-24 season as a failure for United's standard. What can United do to right this ship? Manchester United, on paper, have everything right. Any club on this earth would love to be in their situation. Ownership is willing to bring in big name expensive players and also integrate young homegrown talent. Notably, their graduate Kobe Mino, who just scored an absolute banger to give United the lead over Liverpool last week. Mino is an incredible talent and should have an incredible future ahead of him. Defensive issues persist though. One bright spot has been United's goalkeeper Onana. He has shown so far this season, despite facing an average of 17 shots per game. Midfield struggles, exacerbated by injuries and departures, have posed challenges for manager Erik ten Hag. The center backs lack pace for a high defensive line, hindering a proactive approach. Injuries plague key players, forcing a deep and compact defensive strategy akin to the previous seasons under Jose Mourinho. Attacking brilliance from players like Rashford and Fernandes is hampered by reliance on individual moments. Injuries and underperformances further exacerbate attacking woes, hindering cohesive play. Scott McTominay's contributions are valuable, but technical deficiencies impede the team's fluidity in the midfield while they're building up. United struggles to break down low defensive blocks through wide areas are evident, with a lack of consistent attacking effectiveness beyond individual moments. While United occasionally succeed with long balls behind defenses, rushed attacks lead to poor decision-making and expose them to counterattacks. Despite Ten Hag's vision for effective transitions, their potency remains inconsistent. Regardless of the details, the club has had a rough season. What could go wrong has gone wrong for United. Without all the injuries, this season might have looked a lot different. I still wonder if they could keep up with the top clubs defensively, but you can guarantee the defense will be addressed in the transfer window. As we reflect on Manchester United's journey, it's clear that the club has experienced highs and lows that have defined its legacy. From the glory days of Sir Alex Ferguson to the challenges of recent seasons, Manchester United has continued to stay true to itself. As we look to the future, questions abound about the club's ability to reclaim its dominance in English football. Can they overcome the obstacles that stand in their way and return to their former glory? Only time will tell. As the future unfolds, one can't help but feel a sense of optimism for Manchester United. With all of the right pieces in place, a new chapter is waiting to be written. The stage is set for the next generation of United to leave their mark on footballing history.